Hey, Tony Gassins here. Now, y'all might not be able to hear me too well because I'm in a hotel and I don't like screaming in the hotel because I don't like that right there. Loudness because the walls be paper thin, so you just got to listen harder. And people be talking about, oh, Tony, can you get a mic? And all of that. Hey, click the link in the description. Go invest in the channel. Own your piece of this here revenue, future revenue. The link is in the description. You'll see where we got to get to when you go over there. I ain't allowed to talk numbers over here because of the SEC. So you got to go over there, read all the information and all of that. So link is in the description. You'll see the top link where you can invest and own a piece of the future revenue of the channel. I'm in Washington, D.C. And see, it look like I'm shooting OnlyFans because I'm on my tripod. And you see out the window, there's apartments over there. And so they probably looking in here and see that tripod, think it's finna go down in here. So this my OnlyFans. Hey, I'm in here cranking up. Finna go ahead and turn up for the OnlyFans and, you know, go ahead and run up a little bag. But I wanted to pop on in here today. And guess what? Met a brother, a coach, and I'm speaking at a coaching's convention, and I told him, if you're a single man, come to me now, because I'm a matchmaker. And brother came up to me, single brother, you know, tall, handsome brother, coach, Division I coach. I'm like, okay, so some of these brothers out there, he say he's been afraid to commit and like afraid to, because he don't want to do that to a woman, because he say with coaching he have to go here and there, he always all over the place, because when you got to switch jobs and you could be having to change jobs and you could, you know, lose your job or whatever, and coaches move around a lot, and he say he just haven't thought about that. So one of those things, and I realized that's another reason why, you know, some men don't commit. And we were talking, and I was talking to them, there was some women in there as well, and I was talking to them about the importance of work-life balance and how you got to schedule things, and you got to know who really matters in your life, and you got to know how you gonna treat your spouse, and how important it is how you treat your spouse, how you treat your kids. And it was a great talk just to be in a room talking to a room full of men. And that's not often that happens. And so the National Minority Coaches Association, and then also the Black Coaches Association is a part of it as well. And so they putting everything together. And so to be one of the presenters, and I was the first presenter for the first session, which was great, because that, you know, allowed me to be able to have work-life balance, because I was able to speak. Now I'm able to fly back home, be home in time for Valentine's tomorrow. And so that was a great thing. But we in a new day today, and, you know, meeting these brothers and talking to these brothers, there is a lot of fear and trepidation. And we'll use that word right there about settling down, just because of the responsibility that it takes. And I don't help none, because I'm showing them my schedule, and where I got on my calendar, rub Cherie feet with magnesium, run Cherie bath water, back massage. And I don't get to do that every day. I don't get to keep it all the time, but I got it in my phone to remind me to show her some type of love. And so that also raises the bar for men when they hear me talk, because they like, man, shoot, I ain't gonna be doing all that. You mean tell me I got to go out here and work all day in this stressful job, and then I got to come home and do all of that? But it's really about just what you are shooting for, what you're trying to do. And and it's crazy because you have this narrative in your head, you have this understanding of what you think it is, and then when you talk to the men, you see that a lot of them, for the most part, are not bad guys, or they don't have bad intentions. It's just that they don't feel that they can uphold their vows, that they can deliver on what they promise. And a lot of women don't want to hear this, don't want to believe this, don't want to accept this. But I've been saying for years that when a man says he has to get it out his system before he gets married, that's him saying that when he gets married, he doesn't want to cheat. Because if he have every intention to cheat in his marriage, then it would be no need to get it out your system, because you still can do it while you married if you are a cheater. So when you hear straight men say, I want to get it out my system, and I have heard that, that's like the number one thing. Get it out my system, get it out my system. The other thing you hear is, I want to get my finances in order. And I just talked to a brother. He's getting married this month. He's marrying one of my clients, and she was in my year of coaching program. And of course, we build business in that program, but if you're dealing with relationship stuff, we deal with relationship stuff as well. And so in that year of coaching program, she is another one of my clients who have in the process met her husband. And because we do some deep work on that side, and I talked to her and her husband, and I was talking to him, and he was like, well, we've been wanted to go ahead and get married, and they doing it God's way and abstaining. And I don't know how old they are. Ooh, yes. 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 Oh, I had ordered my wife. I had ordered it from wife, right? Yes, thank God. I had ordered it from a wife. My jewelry. I can't show y'all everything. Let me show y'all. Hey, get with me by your jewelry now. See that? Jewelry business. Hey, I'm in the jewelry business. You about to get married? Listen, you want your loud diamond? You want your natural diamond? 14 karat gold, 18 karat gold, platinum. I'm your man. See, listen, y'all don't be understanding. I do what I tell you I do. I do it all the streams of income. That's my jewelry business. And yes, I have already sold jewelry. I just don't promote it like that. I thought it was lost because Raggedy, who y'all put in there, done put all these tariffs. So now all my stuff coming from China getting stopped. His foolish behind. I ain't never had no problem. Now all my product getting stopped. I got to go on the site and put my social security number. And you know them people work down there at DHL finna take my social security number and get a tax return. No, good and well, they finna have lights and water on with my social security number. And I gotta put that in cause a dummy in the office doing all that. We've been totally fine with Trump. I mean, with China. I'm getting all my goods, all my clothes, all my everything, all my uniforms for my teams, everything going good. And then here he go. Like, come on now. Yes, hey, boy, I'm in the jury business. I'm in the jury business. I'm in the jury business. In the jury business. 3 carat oval diamond. I give you a discount. What that set right there, I'll sell to you for $7,500. 5,000 if you in the solopreneur or the year of coaches. If you ain't, I got to do 7,500. Oh no, but and that's my price now. I'm gonna tell you what it were. 25,000. You go to a jeweler to get that right there set. 25,000. Yeah, VVS 2, 3 carat, D color, up there. Come on now. But yeah, I got Miss LED light coming from China. Man, LED light, the red infrared. This fool done stopped it. Come on now. Like, let my light come on in and let my light shine. Y'all forgive me. Might put him some jury insurance. So this is a real thing. And I'm gonna tell you, so what you gonna have to do as a woman, a flight in 4 hours, I think. So I'm gonna talk 30 minutes. I might do another 30 minutes. And y'all gotta forgive me, I just woke up from a nap. That one got these bags under my eye. I'm here sleeping. I was gonna take me a nap. But what you got to do as a woman, if you meet you a man and you dealing with this man, y'all dating, you gotta look at his life and you gotta be able to say to him, like, listen, I'm okay with moving. I'm okay with moving. I'm okay with, you know, a change of scenery. Like, I understand your purpose is to coach and to impact the lives of these young men. And you impacting the lives of future millionaires, you know, future world changers, world leaders, and your name, your voice in their ear is important. And so I understand that. I work a job that we got companies around the country, and we also have virtual work, and I'm in the industry where I could do virtual work, or I could transition to another company, or I could be a stay-at-home wife, stay-at-home mom as your salary increases. Because like the coaches I'm talking to, head coaching job pay $500,000 a year. You ain't gotta work as a woman if your man is a head coach and that's at a HBCU. That's where their budget is much lower. It ain't even a situation. Y'all forgive me. My wife texted me. And that's what I was talking to the men about today about, you got to put your wife first. Like, your wife come before work, your wife come before everything. And a lot of people get jealous about that, get upset by that. I have people on here jealous about that. Women be writing, why can't you just film a video? And it's like, if it was your husband, you would want your husband to put you before 500,000 women on YouTube. If it was your husband, not even that, 525,000 women, you'll want your husband to put you first. When you write him, you'll want him to respond, but then be in my comments as a mollywop scallywag talking about, can you just focus on the video and stop writing your wife back? Blocked. 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 I be hitting that block button so hard. Woman, you don't shut up and get out my comment, because I ain't even got to be on here. So give me 1 second on here now. Y'all forgive me. My wife was inviting me to my son's scrimmage on Sunday. So what you got to realize, so that was one situation where the man said, I got to move around a lot. Now, it's a lot of coaches who are married, and yeah, their wife have to move around with them. Like, their wife have to move. And that is unfortunate, because you got your own life, you got your own thing going, you got your own career. But that's something to where, if you really want to be married, you have to also take into consideration that there are men who have different types of jobs. And if the man is the head of the household, and the man is your covering, he's your your leader, so to speak, you're the one who is covering you, the one who the Bible says you should submit unto as unto the Lord, then you got to realize that it may be some things of yourself that you have to give up in that role of submission. And that's uncomfortable, because we live in a society that has so introduced Satan so much that they've introduced Satan so much that it's so many women who have been brainwashed spiritually to put their career before their purpose as a wife. And they more focus on a job, and that job is not focused on them. And that job in that industry does not care about them. And that job in that industry will burn them out, ruin them, destroy them, and toss them to the wayside. But yet they will pass on a man because of his job. And at the end of the day, when you on your deathbed, you're not gonna think about how well you did in your career for people that don't love you and don't care for you. You're gonna think about the love that you had, the family that y'all started, whether that's kids, cats, dogs, whatever it is, adopted, natural birth, whatever it is, that's what you're gonna think about. That's gonna be your crown and glory. You can't pass a company down if you start a company, you can't pass it down with no family. If your job that you working in corporate, you can't pass that job down. You can't get that job to your son or daughter as a single mom, because they gonna say, we don't want them. You had the qualifications, you had the skill set, we don't want your child. So, but what can you pass down? Legacy from family. And so just coming to a situation like this and seeing all these men and seeing all these single men, and I had a long conversation with another single guy, and it's really just this thing that a lot of men are under, is this inadequacy. We live in a world to where there are men who want to accept a woman for who she is, but because you go online and the messages that's promoted are from toxic grown boys, so you feel like all of the men talking are bald head with a beard, or with sister locks and a beard, and or a pot belly, or effeminate, or metro, and you don't realize how many men there are who are masculine and heterosexual and who want a nuclear family, and you change your mindset and you change your demeanor based on social media. And I really want you to think about that. And it's affecting men and women. But women are the receivers. Women are the ones who can say, yeah, you know, yeah, I got you. Like, yeah, I choose you. Yeah, I'll be with you. And so with women being in that position, if women are saying, hey, you know, you're not good enough for me as a man because of the job that you work, you ain't good enough. Or because your job requires you to move, or because you in the coaching industry, or because you in sales, or because you in this, because all these messages from women who are saying use men, get this, get that, and they speaking from trauma, they speaking from pain. And so the reason why you hear my message being balanced, and the reason why I'll tell men to make concessions just as well as I tell women to make concessions, because I'm speaking from a healed and happy place. So I'm not coming to women and saying, hey, you know, you need to make sure this man have a perfect job, perfect career, perfect body, perfect this, perfect that, because that's what you deserve as a queen. I'm never telling you that. What I'm telling you is make sure his character is his currency. Let his character be his currency. And everything else, let that fall in place. But focus on character first. And so that's what you got to realize and understand. It's gonna be all these different things that's coming into play that you got to be mindful of, and you got to really think about it, and you got to really pay attention to. And as a woman, you got to be able to look at that man, and you got to be able to say, hey, you know, I'm okay as long as you treating me right. I'm okay building with you financially. So I was talking to a client, a woman, and you know, I was talking to a man, and he said, you know, we wanted to do this, but we waited specifically and solely only for financial reasons. We waited, and we was getting our finances together. getting stuff in order. And so they mess around. He got his situation. He got him a new job. He got into a good situation in business, but he has the help of his woman. She's helping him as well, just to bounce ideas and whatever. He running everything, doing everything. And she is a single mom, but her child is of age, which is a male. And so now the man that she met in her mid to late 40s, the man that she met, when people are saying, you're a single mom, you done for, you through for, and all of this, the man she met not only was able to get his business situation going and off the ground, but also put her son in position so that he can eat too. And completely great business, legal, above board, never going out of style. But when she met him, he was working up to it and getting in position and getting things together. And she came in and she put her head in with him. And then what she did is she brought him to me. And he was man enough to come to me and to talk to me and to go through coaching. And that's because I already was her coach. And that right there was like a prerequisite for her. Like, if you're intimidated by Tony, if Tony is a red flag to you, and he's married and faithful and living like this, then that's gonna be a red flag to me, because why would you be intimidated by a married and faithful man? And so that was her mindset. And so she brought him to me, and he was cool with it. And we met in person, all of that. And I have a business venture that I put them into, help them get set up over there. They already have funds coming. They making money from that venture. They got their own venture. She got her own thing that has made her a lot of money. She got her own business. He got his own business. She helped him. He helped her. I put them into another business venture that will continue to help them. And so it's happening. Like, it's real and it's possible, but you got to be able to make some concessions. So, and in talking to her, she say, Tony, I really think, she said, I don't think it's gonna be long, looking at the numbers that we're doing in business, I don't think it's gonna be long before we at $1 million a year. And that's because it's character in place. The character is in place. And that's because she was able to see where he was and didn't just say, oh, because you're here, you're not on my level, you're not good enough. She saw his capacity and what he could become. And as long as he treated her right, she was willing. Y'all give him a wife, right? Okay. Awesome. So that's what you got to realize and understand. It's men who got to make concessions. It's women who got to make concessions. I'm in my matchmaking business, which is not for everybody. It's for my clients when they sign up. If I feel like they're a good fit, I got a client, and she reached out to me and she said, you know, hey, I'm not like height. Although I'm a taller woman, height is not a requirement for me. Like, I'm not caught up on all of that. And I said, amazing, because her being almost 6 foot would make it hard if height was a huge requirement, because it's not a lot of men over 6 foot. And so that's one of those things. And yeah, it's still I got my work cut out for me, but making that concession still helped some. It made it a little easier. So think about that. Realize and understand that. And be mindful. And as you moving forward, you got to make sure that you're not letting idiots online make you angry with all men, or vice versa. If you're a man watching this, don't let idiots online make you angry with all women, because that's the goal of the adversary, to muddy the water and to make us mad with the opposite gender, so that we go out with this black cloud over our head and this blank look on our face, and we skeptical of everybody we meet because we mad from the narrative that came from these stupid podcasts. These stupid podcasts has made us so angry that we taking it out on people we meet that could be perfect and amazing. The person you meet at the gas station, the person you meet at the bookstore, the person you meet at Home Goods, the person you meet at church, the person you meet in the grocery line. Like, if your mind wasn't so warped from the narratives that's been shoved down your throat online, you could have saw past the initial and gave them a chance, went on a few dates, and realized, hey, there's something here and this could work. And that's what you got to do. So, hey, this is Tony Gaskin. God bless you. Click that link in the description. Invest in the channel if you want to. If not, no love lost. It's all the other links. We got San Diego, Dallas, Miami coming up. Miami is a thotty place, so anywhere you live in Florida, come on down to Miami. Get your ticket. That's gonna be a donation. The ticket, the person who putting it on, he donating the ticket cost to my boys program, and we raising funds for that. And so please come on out, and I'm gonna make sure he cut that check now. And so please come on out. And also, if you can't make it, you don't necessarily have to buy a ticket. If you just want to be a blessing, you'll see the link for the Tony Gaskin Family Foundation. Thank you to our supporters in that. We have some supporters from here who have been very kind, very generous. I got on the phone yesterday with a young lady. It wasn't the nonprofit, but it was for the film project that we did. And she was the largest donor and the first donor for the Kickstarter project at $2,500. And she said, Tony, I had just got a blessing. She said, I got a blessing. I saw what you was doing. And she said, I wanted to be a blessing. I said, look at God. And guess what? The actor, the lead actor and the producer is so excited about the project because he produced it, you know, all by himself. He produced it, put all the pieces together. I just came up with the funds. And now he want to hire a publicist, but it's not in the budget. So I told him, I'm going to give it a real push. I'm going to really push it. If it's good and it look good, I'm going to give it a real push, because it ain't got to be perfect because we didn't have a budget. You know, we literally had a $10,000 budget. So it's like, you can't really expect the world, but it's a great start. And it's something that I want to keep producing. And so I'll be coming back to y'all if I could find a good team that'll stay at that rate between 10 and 20. I want to keep producing it, because, and so that one will get showed on this channel as well. And so the funds that we raise too will go towards projects like that. because eventually a studio or a streaming network will come and let us put something healthy like that on TV. Because as you see, I didn't watch it, but I saw a guy do a review on Mike Todd thing, and he said it was terrible. He gave it a 3 out of 10. And he said just some of the themes in there coming from a pastor, he didn't like it. And I remember seeing the clip of Mike Todd saying that he wanted to produce a real movie because you got to catch the fish or something like that. You got to catch the fish before you clean them. And a lot of people don't understand, is like the world doesn't want you to show them. They already know them. They already live that debaucherous lifestyle. They don't want you to depict their lifestyle that they live in because they know what they live in. They want to see a standard. They want to see another level. They want to see you in clean white, not dirty debauchery. And a lot of people don't understand that about winning souls. Like, you don't win souls by muddying up and dirtying up your soul. And they say they had a gay man in there, and I'm just not getting down like that. You know, I'm not promoting that stuff. Like, if it don't align with my beliefs, I'm not promoting it. And they even came to me with this here project, and they was like, you know, we got somebody who, like, if I don't know, I don't know. But if it's out there, then it's like, I don't know what spirits come with all of this and that, this different stuff. I don't want that to be a part of my project, because that's the adversary goal. He want to take your purity and he want to put stuff that's not of God in there. That's what he want to do, and I'm not with it. And if that means never getting on a streaming network because they don't want a message that's positive and healthy and real, and it's nothing against the different communities and all of that, it just, that's not my belief system. So the same way everybody has a right to their beliefs, I have a right to my beliefs. And that's what it is. So, hey, keep your head up. God bless you. We'll talk soon. And all the important links in the description.